I know so much on how you got where you are, how you stepped on many people.
There's no artist, let me be clear, there's no artist in this industry that's doing major numbers with these platforms that haven't sold their soul.
It's no secret that the glamorous world of celebrities hides a lot of secrets behind the bright lights and luxury. But recently, the glitzy image of one of the most powerful figures in the entertainment industry has been shattered in a way no one saw coming. Cian Diddy Combs, the legendary music mogul who helped shape modern hip-hop, has seen his world unravel with a sudden and unexpected twist. His arrest and cooperation with the authorities. And what's even more shocking is that one of the biggest names caught in the crosshairs of this scandal is none other than his former friend and longtime collaborator, Jay-Z.
Problems that the defense has brought up originally, but it seems like, just from reading this 14-page indictment, that there is enough physical evidence to perhaps get a conviction in this case. We shall see. These are allegations.
Let's start with Diddy's downfall. It seemed like nothing could touch him. A career spanning decades, dominating not just music but fashion, media, and luxury brands. But as it turns out, even the most powerful aren't untouchable. When Diddy was arrested, the entire industry was left stunned, but the real shock came when it was revealed that he was cooperating with authorities. That's right, Diddy. The man who once held the music world in his hands is now working with the FBI. And not just in a minor way. According to multiple sources, Diddy had been offering up dirt on some of the biggest names in the game, all in a desperate attempt to reduce his own legal troubles.
I was just that was a bar that we was gonna sell. Fat Joe ain't never stick up his aunt, go to his aunt and stick up his
Jay-Z, I don't think Jay-Z ever sold crack to his mom's.
What's even more startling is who's at the top of his list, Jay-Z. These two have been close for years, working together on projects, attending the same parties, and even building their empires side by side. But now, as the walls close in on Diddy, he's allegedly throwing his former friend under the bus to save himself. The very idea of Diddy cooperating with the authorities is shocking on its own, but the fact that he's targeting someone as high profile as Jay-Z is sending shockwaves through the entertainment world.
All appears calm and normal until Solange Knowles, Beyonce's sister, lunges at her brother-in-law.
Imagine the conversations happening behind closed doors right now. Once, Diddy and Jay-Z were considered unstoppable forces in the music industry, but now Diddy's reportedly dishing out everything he knows in hopes of cutting a deal. And it's not just rumors. Reports are surfacing that Diddy's cooperation involves giving up detailed information about illegal activities that go way beyond the scope of what people previously imagined. He's not just naming names. He's providing evidence. People close to the situation have described this as a major betrayal, with one insider even going so far as to say that Diddy's cooperation is the ultimate backstab.
Why doesn't the government want him to turn himself in? Because then they can't ask for detention. So they go and they arrest him. They arrest a guy who came to New York to turn himself in.
The timing couldn't be worse for Jay-Z. As Diddy's legal situation intensifies, the authorities are reportedly zeroing in on Jay-Z's involvement in activities that could land him in serious trouble. Rumors have been swirling for years about the darker side of Jay-Z's business dealings, but with Diddy now cooperating, it looks like those rumors might be turning into reality. There are whispers that the authorities have been waiting for this moment, and now that Diddy is working with them, Jay-Z is under more pressure than ever. People familiar with the case have speculated that Jay-Z is scrambling behind the scenes, trying to distance himself from Diddy and everything associated with him. And can you blame him? When one of the biggest names in the entertainment world starts cooperating with the authorities, it's a clear signal that no one is safe. According to insiders, Jay-Z is doing everything in his power to protect himself, even going so far as to start cutting ties with people who have been close to both him and Diddy for years.
After that major documentary comes out on Diddy, then you're going to start to hear more and more about Jay-Z and his nefarious past.
The rumors are flying about just how deep this cooperation goes. Some have suggested that Diddy has been secretly recording conversations and collecting evidence for years, giving him a wealth of information that he can now hand over to the authorities. Others are saying that Diddy's knowledge of Jay-Z's past business dealings is more explosive than anyone could have imagined. One unnamed source close to the investigation reportedly told the media what Diddy knows about Jay-Z is enough to bring his entire empire crashing down.
It has to be a 100% culture shock. I can't imagine living a lifestyle of the incredibly rich and famous and then going into this very dark, impersonal, cold, austere facility.
This isn't just about tarnishing reputations. The stakes here are incredibly high. People are saying that Jay-Z is not just worried about how this scandal will affect his public image. He's genuinely concerned about his freedom. The idea that Diddy could be providing the authorities with enough information to implicate Jay-Z in serious legal matters is enough to send the industry into a frenzy. It's being described as a game of survival now, with both men doing everything they can to stay out of prison. And let's not forget the history between these two. For years, Diddy and Jay-Z were seen as the ultimate power duo, two men who had risen from the streets of New York to become industry titans. They had built empires together, worked on countless projects, and attended the most exclusive events side by side. But now it seems like all of that was just a facade. Behind the scenes, there was apparently more going on than anyone could have ever guessed. Rumors of shady deals, backdoor negotiations, and even blackmail have been swirling for years. But with Diddy's cooperation, it looks like those rumors might finally be coming to light.
This part is not alleged. Jay-Z and his team, they have been ducking and dodging, taking the DNA test.
It's not just Jay-Z who's feeling the heat either. As Diddy continues to cooperate, more and more names are being dragged into this mess. Celebrities, executives, and even politicians are reportedly worried about what Diddy might say next. The fear is palpable, and people are distancing themselves from him in droves. It's like watching a house of cards collapse in slow motion. With every new revelation, more and more people are getting sucked into the scandal.
Why did Beyonce not react at all to the incident? And of course, why did Solange attack Jay-Z in the first place?
One of the biggest questions on everyone's mind right now is, how far will Diddy go to save himself? If he's already willing to turn on someone as high profile as Jay-Z, what's to stop him from taking down everyone else who's ever crossed his path? Insiders say that Diddy is in full survival mode, and he's prepared to do whatever it takes to reduce his own legal exposure. Some people are even suggesting that Diddy has already cut a deal with the authorities, and that's why he's been so eager to cooperate.
Now, so what is next? Is he going to be in jail in this facility until the trial begins? Is there a chance he could, get moved earlier than that?
As of this moment, as of this hour, as of today, yes. But of course, as I mentioned earlier, they're going to be appealing this thing next to the Second U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals to overturn the judge's order here to try and get him actually released to his mansion.
But what's even more mind-blowing is how all of this ties into the scandal surrounding Diddy's infamous parties. These were the events that everyone wanted to be invited to, the stuff of legend in the entertainment world. But now, those parties are being seen in a whole new light. What once seemed like exclusive, star-studded gatherings are now being exposed as something far darker. Rumors are swirling that these parties were about more than just having a good time. They were used to entrap people, to collect dirt, and to hold power over others. And it's looking like Jay-Z might have been one of Diddy's biggest targets.
Well, if he really was filming everybody, I mean, he had a lot of people at those parties, right?
It's been suggested that Diddy used these parties to gather compromising material on some of the biggest names in the industry. People who attended these events are now coming forward saying that they were secretly filmed, that they were put in situations they didn't agree to, and that Diddy used this material to blackmail them. One of the most explosive claims is that Jay-Z himself was caught up in this, and that Diddy has been holding this information over him for years.
Diddy is now being sued in addition to what we just talked about by Dawn Richards. You guys will remember her. She was a part of Making the Band.
Dirty Money.
Dirty Money, the Danny Kane era. So basically what she is alleging, she's alleging a lot of different things.
So what's the next move for Jay-Z? According to insiders, he's already started making plans to protect himself. Some reports suggest that he's preparing to flee the country if things get too hot, while others are saying that he's working behind the scenes to make sure that none of this information ever sees the light of day. Either way, it's clear that Jay-Z is in full damage control mode, and he's not taking any chances.
That clearly there is a criminal investigation underway, and that they believe that there would be evidence of crimes in one or both of these homes.
But here's the kicker. It's not just Jay-Z's business that's at stake here. His personal life is also being dragged into this mess. There are whispers that Beyonce, his wife, and one of the most successful artists of all time, is furious about what's happening. She's reportedly been distancing herself from Jay-Z for months, and some insiders are even suggesting that she's preparing to file for divorce. It's been said that Beyonce is determined to protect her own empire, and she's not going to let Jay-Z's problems bring her down.
We all saw it posted yesterday all over our social media pages. Cassie filed a lawsuit in New York City against Diddy.
Yikes.
She's claiming she was stuck in a decade-long cycle of abuse.
All of this paints a picture of a man who's not just fighting to save his business, he's fighting to save his entire life. Jay-Z has spent decades building his brand, his fortune, and his image. But now, with Diddy cooperating with the authorities and rumors of blackmail swirling, it looks like everything could come crashing down. The once unshakable empire is now hanging by a thread, and it's not clear if Jay-Z will be able to survive this.
With very, very serious and salacious allegations, including allegations that Combs had cameras throughout his homes.
But as we dive deeper into the secrets behind Diddy's parties and the shocking revelations of what really went down, one thing becomes clear. This is just the beginning. The more Diddy talks, the more the layers of this scandal are peeled back, and the more people are implicated. It's no longer just about Diddy and Jay-Z's. It's about an entire industry that's been built on secrets, lies, and backdoor deals. The question now is how many more people will be caught in the fallout?
Oh, Mr. Diddy, aka Mr. Love. Now, Dr.
No,
Love.
Sean Carter.
Jay.
With Diddy cooperating, the FBI is working around the clock to connect the dots. And with every new piece of information that comes to light, it's clear that this scandal is far bigger than anyone ever imagined. The authorities are reportedly focusing on more than just financial misdeeds. They're digging into the personal lives of some of the most powerful people in the world, and what they're finding is sending shockwaves through Hollywood.
Took Sean Diddy Combs into custody. He's seen in this video entering the Park Hyatt Hotel in Midtown Manhattan with others when agents from Homeland Security Investigations approach and separate him. They place Combs under arrest and lead him out the front door in handcuffs.
And while Diddy is busy pointing fingers, it seems like no one is safe. According to insiders, the authorities are looking into everything, from shady business deals to personal relationships, and it's all thanks to the information Diddy has been providing. One unnamed source close to the investigation described it as a treasure trove of dirt, saying that Diddy has opened up a can of worms that could take down some of the biggest names in entertainment.
You know, I think in federal court and for these charges, they would say it's routine. But in the public realm, this is very significant, just from who we associate Diddy being and everything we've seen him do over the decades. Like you said, this is quite the downfall to go from. I mean, we saw the mansions back in March that were raided by the feds. So to go from living in those mansions to being in a jail cell right.
And as we transition from Diddy's cooperation and Jay-Z's desperate attempts to escape the spotlight, there's a much darker story that's beginning to emerge. Because this isn't just about business deals gone wrong or friendships falling apart. No, the real story lies behind the scenes at Diddy's infamous parties. Events that, according to insiders, were used to trap and control the biggest stars in the world. What happened behind those closed doors is something far more sinister than anyone ever expected.
The rumors are that Diddy was running some kind of Epstein-type deal where he was filming everybody, right?
That's the rumors, yeah. I don't know that there's any proof or anything other than that.
As we dive deeper into the whirlwind that is Seen Diddy Combs' legal chaos, one of the most shocking revelations isn't just about the business dealings that have come to light. It's the chilling truth behind Diddy's infamous parties, known in celebrity circles as freak-offs. These weren't just extravagant celebrity gatherings. They were elaborate traps designed to gather dirt on Hollywood's elite, allowing Diddy to hold immense power over them. And one of the people caught in this web of secrecy, Jay-Z.
The evidence, alleged evidence, that's been gathered in this case was from those two raids that were conducted on his personal homes in Miami and Los Angeles. And the indictment names the things seized that he allegedly made videos of these performances that have been named freak-offs.
Imagine the scene. Diddy's sprawling mansions packed with A-list celebrities, models, and people desperate for a taste of the high life. Everyone knew that these parties were the hottest ticket in town. People like Jay-Z, Beyonce, and countless others attended, not realizing that behind the glitz and glamour, Diddy had something far darker planned. These parties were allegedly more than just a fun time. There's strong speculation that Diddy used these events as an opportunity to manipulate, control, and trap his guests. You see, Diddy wasn't just throwing parties for fun. He was allegedly recording everything. Hidden cameras, secret footage, whatever you want to call it, he was reportedly capturing every private moment. The purpose, to use it against anyone who might cross him in the future. It's been said that Diddy had a well-coordinated operation in place, with insiders claiming that these tapes were his insurance policy, giving him leverage over some of the most powerful people in the world. And Jay-Z, his former friend and business partner, was reportedly a big target in this scheme.
These are all allegations that have become shockingly familiar against Diddy in recent months as he has faced lawsuit after lawsuit from women and men who have accused him of all manner of bad behavior.
But here's the kicker. These recordings allegedly involved all kinds of compromising situations. We're talking about moments where celebrities let their guard down, thinking they were in a safe environment, and that's when Diddy struck. According to rumors, he would orchestrate events in such a way that guests wouldn't realize they were being set up until it was too late. Whether it was catching someone in an awkward conversation or something more personal, Diddy reportedly collected enough dirt to build a vault of secrets.
But what I've heard about them as a couple is that they've been living separate lives for a very long time.
And the craziest part, many believe Jay-Z was fully aware of what was happening at these parties, but he turned a blind eye for years. It wasn't until recently, with Diddy's legal troubles mounting, that Jay-Z began to realize just how deep he was in. Sources have suggested that Jay-Z might have participated in some of these events, not knowing that Diddy was silently recording everything behind the scenes. Imagine the betrayal he must feel now, realizing that his former friend may have been planning to use this footage against him all along.
That's not the issue. The issue is it seems as though he wants to kind of like exert power and dominance over people who don't really want it.
This brings us to one of the most damaging aspects of Diddy's secret party empire, the blackmail. Diddy allegedly used these recordings as leverage, and it worked. People in the industry have whispered for years that if Diddy had something on you, you didn't stand a chance. He could make or break careers, and the knowledge that he had compromising material on so many of Hollywood's elite made him untouchable. It's no wonder that Diddy was able to maintain such a dominant position in the industry for so long. He had the ultimate trump card.
New at 5, the legal troubles continue for Sean Diddy Combs tonight after a judge ordered the music mogul to pay $100 million to a Michigan man who says that he was sexually assaulted by Combs in '97.
According to court documents, Derek Cardello Smith says Combs drugged and then assaulted him during an after party at a Holiday Inn in Detroit. But Combs never responded to the lawsuit in court.
Now imagine what Jay-Z must be going through. It's been said that he was one of the biggest targets in Diddy's blackmail scheme, and that over the years, Diddy has collected enough material to make Jay-Z's life a living nightmare. With Diddy now cooperating with authorities, who knows how much of this information is already in the hands of the FBI? Some sources claim that Diddy is ready to hand over everything he has on Jay-Z, and the potential fallout could be catastrophic.
After they are done with Diddy, Jay-Z is up next to be exposed.
Rumors are already circulating that Jay-Z is in full damage control mode, working around the clock to distance himself from Diddy and doing everything he can to keep these tapes from seeing the light of day. But how far is he willing to go? People close to the situation have hinted that Jay-Z is even considering fleeing the country if things get worse. He knows that if the tapes are made public, it could be the end of not only his career, but his personal life as well. And speaking of Jay-Z's personal life, let's talk about Beyonce. She's been Jay-Z's partner for over a decade, and the couple has built an empire together. From their music to their business ventures, they've become one of the most powerful couples in the world. But now, with Diddy's scandal threatening to spill over into Jay-Z's life, there are whispers that Beyonce is ready to pull the plug on their marriage. According to insiders, she's furious about the whole situation and feels blindsided by the revelations about Diddy's parties and Jay-Z's involvement.
I have to still say allegedly, has done things and allegedly participated in a lot of things that the public would not be happy to know.
Beyonce, always known for her fiercely independent image, has reportedly been quietly distancing herself from Jay-Z for months. Sources say she's been taking steps to protect her brand, knowing that her association with Jay-Z could potentially hurt her career if things get worse. Some are even saying that Beyonce has been consulting with her legal team about a possible divorce, wanting to make sure that she doesn't get dragged down with her husband if this scandal blows up any further.
And we may actually see one of the biggest divorces in Hollywood is because Jay-Z is up next to be exposed.
Think about it. Beyonce is a global icon. She's built an empire that's practically untouchable, and she's not about to let Jay-Z's involvement in Diddy's parties tarnish her reputation. Insiders claim that she's been planning a way out for a while now, with some saying that she's already moved assets and made preparations in case things take a turn for the worse. Her focus is on protecting her legacy, her business ventures, and of course, her family. Beyonce's public image has always been pristine. She's the queen of control, always managing her brand with precision, and she's been careful to keep her private life as private as possible. But now, with Diddy's scandal leaking into Jay-Z's life, her hand might be forced. Some people close to the couple believe that she's ready to make a move, one that could not only save her empire, but also make a huge statement about where she stands in all of this.
And in this lawsuit, he claims that essentially P. Diddy was the Epstein of the rap industry.
And it's not just Beyonce who's reportedly feeling the strain. According to insiders, Jay-Z himself has been struggling to keep things together. Behind the scenes, the pressure has been mounting, and it's beginning to show. Friends of the couple have said that Jay-Z's stress levels have reached an all-time high, with some describing him as paranoid and constantly looking over his shoulder. The threat of Diddy's tapes coming out, combined with the possibility of losing his wife, has put Jay-Z in a situation he's never faced before. This isn't just about scandal, it's about survival. Jay-Z knows that if those tapes are released, it could be the end of everything he's built. His business empire, his marriage, and his legacy all hang in the balance, and he's reportedly pulling out all the stops to make sure that doesn't happen. But as more details about Diddy's parties come to light, it's becoming clear that the situation might be out of his control. And let's not forget, Diddy isn't done talking. According to sources, the information he's already provided is just the tip of the iceberg. Some are saying that Diddy's cooperation with the authorities is going deeper than anyone expected, and that he's ready to spill even more secrets in exchange for leniency in his own case. And with each new revelation, more and more people are being dragged into the mess. As Diddy continues to cooperate, the FBI is reportedly looking into the web of connections between Diddy's parties and some of the biggest names in entertainment. The idea that these parties were more than just social gatherings, that they were used as leverage, blackmail, and manipulation, is sending shockwaves through Hollywood. People are starting to question just how far Diddy's reach went and how many people he had under his control.
Of course. There's layers upon layers. When you get into these fucking conspiracy theories, man, they never end. They never end. There's just layers upon layers.
The fallout from this scandal is just beginning, and already we're seeing its impact on some of the most powerful people in the world. Jay-Z's reputation is in jeopardy, Beyonce's marriage may be on the rocks, and the entire entertainment industry is holding its breath, waiting to see what happens next, with Diddy now playing ball with the authorities. There's no telling how deep this rabbit hole goes. It's as if the glamorous world of celebrity life is being peeled back, revealing a much darker side that no one was ready to confront.
That this is the end of the Diddy story as we know it.
So where does this all lead? For Jay-Z, the immediate focus seems to be on damage control. He's reportedly meeting with his legal team, strategizing ways to protect himself and his assets. According to some sources, he's already reached out to crisis management experts, hoping to get ahead of any damaging leaks. But as the scandal continues to unfold, it's clear that Jay-Z's problems are far from over. If the tapes surface, if Diddy really does have the kind of dirt that people are saying he does, it could mark the beginning of the end for one of the most powerful figures in music. Beyonce, on the other hand, seems to be taking a more calculated approach. Insiders say that she's watching the situation closely, but she's not making any rash decisions. For now, she's reportedly focusing on her career and her family, making sure that her empire remains untouched by the chaos surrounding her husband. But if things get worse, if more details come to light about Jay-Z's involvement in Diddy's parties, there's a good chance that she could decide to walk away, preserving her own legacy while distancing herself from the scandal.
Not only should he have apologized to Kathy in that video, he should have apologized to all of the general public that he lied to.
Yeah.
One thing is for sure, this story is far from over. With Diddy's cooperation continuing and more names being dragged into the mix, we're only just beginning to see the true extent of the fallout. The entertainment world is bracing for impact as the scandal threatens to take down some of its most untouchable stars. Jay-Z and Beyonce may be the biggest names caught in the crossfire, but they're certainly not the only ones. As more revelations come to light, we'll see just how deep this web of secrets goes and who else might get caught in it. With everything unraveling around Diddy, Jay-Z, and even Beyonce, it's hard to imagine how much deeper this scandal could go. What do you think will happen next? Will Jay-Z manage to protect his empire, or are we about to witness one of the biggest downfalls in music history? And what about Beyonce? Do you think she'll stick by Jay-Z's side, or is she planning her next big move to distance herself from this mess? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.